Another way of modifying the base point, if you don't want to use this method, is you could actually move the block so that that midpoint is at 0, 0. Apparently I've got dynamic input turned on. So that's one way of changing the base point. If you ever do this, and you've already got blocks defined on your drawing, every chair just shifted. So you probably don't want to do this after the fact. So I'm going to go back to that base point option. You can also add additional insertion points to a block. We have this point option. If you take that point option and come down here and click on this midpoint, and it pulls out this parameter that you can just drag out. You can give it a name or you can just leave it. Now that chair has 2 insertion points. To take advantage of those, I'm going to close the block editor, save the changes. So now when I insert the chair, you can press the control key and it toggles between those 2 insertion points. Now you don't want to hold down the control key, just tap it. So depending upon your usage, I may want to put it up against the wall. Or I may want to line it down here to this desk. You have that capability. Another option that we have is we can have those points auto-align to the walls. So if you double-click your block, go back into your block editor, you have a parameter called alignment. That will help you align that. Now the alignment point needs to be at the base point. Okay. So definitely needs to use Object Snap. Let me make sure I've got some Object Snap set up. So with the alignment, the way that it works is you just click on alignment, specify a base point, I want that midpoint, and then you pick a direction. In this case, I'm going to use angle 0, and you'll notice that little icon where the arrow points out, because that's what I want to align it to. I want that chair to be perpendicular to whatever object I pick. Now you can do this with each insertion point. So I could go in and add another alignment to this point here. Snap to that midpoint. This time I'm going to do angle 180, and that arrow points down. And I tell my students, if you're not going to get into dynamic blocks in depth, at least add these couple of features. They're very easy to do, and they will actually save you some time. So if I save the block, and then I go up and insert it, now it will rotate based on the direction that you approach an object. So whatever angle you approach that, you don't have to worry about your rotation angle turned on. It just does it automatically. Now, if you hit my control key and go to the other end, I could come over here and move that up to this table, and it auto-aligns to the table. To me, that saves me from having to mess with the rotation angle, and it's very easy to do. Just double click on the block, go into your block editor, and add those basic settings.